How to build this deck for best of one standard. This is a quote-unquote spicy deck from the Pro Tour that's been receiving a lot of attention lately. So far, I've only seen people net deck it straight from best of 3 into best of 1 without even trying to change a single thing. I think we can do better and make it quite a bit stronger in best of 1 standard. The first thing you have to do, surprise, surprise, is put in 4 copies of Temporary Lockdown. For the mono-red matchups, I know what you're thinking, Dr. Ruckus, I don't want to. I've got 6 1-drops. Surely I can interact enough early game and I don't have to run 4 sweepers on 3. You're wrong. There is not really as many 1-drops as you think. Pixie is not a 1-drop. You don't want to play it on 1. You really want to play it on 3. Pick up your 2-drop, put it back down. That's what you want to do with the Pixie. Grim Bauble is barely a 1-drop. On the draw, it's a 1-drop. Your opponent goes turn 1, Monastery Swiftspear, hits you in the face. Your turn 1, you play Grim Bauble, you pick it off, you did the thing. When you're on the play, you go land, then what? You have no targets for the Grim Bauble yet. It's sorcery speed. It's not instant speed. Half the time it's a 1-drop, half the time it's not. It's not as good a 1-drop as you think in that sense. So as far as I'm concerned, running 0 1-drops, and if you're running 0 1-drops, you better be sweeping the board on 3 against mono red in best of 1 standard. Next thing I want to take a crack at is the 2-drop slot. Helpful Hunter is pretty interesting. It's a very low impact card. In grindy matchups, you can pick it up, you can put it back down, you can get some draw power. You know, maybe it gets milled off of the Overlord, you get a freebie to the hand, you can play it back on the Paragon. I get it. It's some recursive draw value. It's very low impact, and it sure does not stand the test of time against turn 1 Heartfire Hero, turn full Manifold Mouse, double strike to the face. It ain't doing enough against all that. So I'm actually going to take it out, and instead we're going to lean more on just some really strong removal spells, like the Momentum Breaker, and Nowhere to Run. And we're going to up those copies. Oh my gosh, I hate this bug so much. It is so freaking annoying, and Nowhere to Run. I also think between Sheldred's Edict and Get Lost, both of these address Planeswalkers, which is really good. Otherwise, we don't have too many answers to that. But Get Lost also has the flexibility of hitting enchantments, like Up the Beanstalks and Annexes. So I'm going to go ahead and trade in the extra copy of Edict for Get Lost. And especially because we are running 4 copies of Lockdown, the Get Lost map tokens aren't as painful because we can very likely sweep them up on a subsequent turn with the Lockdown. Next card I want to talk about is the Scroll Shift. There's a reason this card is not in a single high-performing deck in Best of 1 Standard. It's like pretty niche and cute. I think it could be much better in competitive play where your opponent knows your list, right? If your opponent is looking to attack and you have Overlord, as an enchantment, they're going to be thinking in the back of their head, damn, I know this guy runs this card. He's holding 3 mana open. Is he really going to Scroll Shift at instant speed, bounce the Overlord, and, he's going to pop this 5/5 in my face. It's going to eat my creature. Like, the mental games, I think, could make this card better in open list tournaments. In Best of 1 Standard, mono red doesn't care. They don't care what you run. They're going to hit attack all anyway. Like, there's no mind games to be played here, so I think this card loses whatever extra value it had, kind of off of that, because your opponent really doesn't care what you're playing. So we're going to take that card out. Instead, I'm going to opt for a little bit more of a draw engine package. You could run Annex here, which I often run. I don't even know if I have it in the sideboard here. It's just a generic draw engine that makes almost any black deck better, but we actually don't have to run that here, and we can actually run the Entity Tracker instead. It's a very common card in Pixie decks. It's a really strong draw engine. Whenever you play an enchantment or enters the battlefield, you go ahead and get a free draw, which is quite nice. We're also going to add in 1 copy of Liliana. This is really good with the Overlord of the Baelmerk because it's kind of like a toolboxy card where you can get a Pixie to the hand. You can now get a Planeswalker Liliana, a Planeswalker Jace, a Sarah Paragon. Like, this is a really good deck for the Baelmerk. That's not a strict Reanimator deck because there actually are lots of non-avatar creatures and Planeswalkers to get back. So I like that dynamic as well. We're also going to take out Lauren. This is probably a much better card in Best of 3 where, 20% of the meta is Domain, which is all enchantments. But in Best of 1, I don't think we need to main deck a 3-mana 2/1 with Vigilance. It's just not doing it for me. We're also going to cut Legion of Ashes, a very specific card. Exile target non-land permanent, opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. That's a lot of text. It's a 3-mana. It's a really expensive removal spell. 3 mana is pretty expensive, and I don't think I need to main deck this in Best of 1 Standard. All right, we're starting to trim the deck down a bit. I think those are the obvious changes to make, and then from here on out, it's my personal opinion of what to add and do. I'm going to put in a single copy of Hopeless Nightmare and take out a Grim Bauble. I like having the flexibility of having different things in the deck to bounce off the Pixie. Maybe against some opponents, we need to kill their creatures. Maybe against some opponents, we just want to have them discard. I like the flexibility late game. We're also going to cut the Overlord down to 2 because we're running out of space for things. And I'm also going to cut this town out of the deck completely. It's a good card. It's very good. You can bounce a Momentum Breaker and Nowhere to Run and play them back. But we got to cut space for something, and this reduces our dependency on blue. So this is just the direction I'm taking it. We're also going to cut Day of Judgment and Beza as well. Both those cards are fantastic. They're really good. But the cards I want to put in instead is the Flanker This gives us access to Graveyard Hate. It is also fetchable off of the Baelmerk, so now we have a toolbox deck where if our opponent is like going to reanimate something off Oculus or Omniscience, we could go turn to Baelmerk and try to search for the flanker and dig it up for turn 3 and exile their entire graveyard. So this is roughly what I'm doing with the main deck. We're also going to tweak the mana base a little bit. Since we got rid of this town ain't big enough, we can reduce our dependency on blue. I think the Fabled Passage thing is cute with the Sarah Paragon, right? You can repeatedly Fabled Passage, go get your basics, and that's one way to get recursive value off the Paragon, but I don't think we need quite that many slow lands in the deck. And then we're going to cut the creature lands down to 1. I think a best of 1 standard in a 25 land deck, that's about where I want to be. And we're just going to tweak things up a little bit here and try to get that last fast land. I'm just going to cut cards from here so I can find it. Seachrome Coast, I want some of that in there as well. We'll get all the fast lands down. Our deck basically tops out at 3 mana, so Seachrome? Where's the last fast land? You're a fast land. You're a fast land. You're a fast land. Man, this bug is so annoying. Okay. I'm going to take out the Surveil land. And who else wants to go here? We have 25 land? We have 26. We have one too many lands here. Who am I missing? Okay. Maybe this one can go. Yeah, that looks about right to me. Okay. So this is what we're going to run today. We're going to play it live in best of 1 standard. We're not going to cut any losses. We're not going to cut any games. We're just going to see how it goes. But I'm excited because this is a cool deck. It's one I haven't played before. I mean, the last time I played Paragon was probably whatever set release it came out. And it hasn't really seen much, if any, play since. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll keep it. We don't have to play the Pixie on 1. We have Lockdown on the draw. We actually don't have double white. All right, never mind. We can't keep this. Sure. At least we have double white this time. I think we'll just put back the Fabled Passage here. Opponent is Pixies. So, we have the Sarah Paragon. Let's hope it's enough. Lockdown is really awkward. Although we could get a clean lockdown turn. We actually do have a really clean lockdown here. As far as ETBs go, they haven't shown us any of relevance yet. See if we can get any value out of the Baelmerk here. Liliana, the next Paragon. We don't even have double black, honestly. I think we'll just take the Paragon, which is supposed to be the right card for this matchup anyway. And then if they play no ETBs, we have a really wonderful lockdown. They're thinking about it. Do you attack first? Siren. They're completely tapped out on blue. They go for the map token here. Okay, I think we are going for lockdown. It really slows them down. They can take the entire turn to bounce it. But then they have to start over. And hopefully we have a 4 toughness creature down by then. It's awkward. This is the worst possible card in this matchup, and we're facing it, so. Talent, that's their only blue source. They ain't bouncing lockdown yet. Pixie. Pick up talent. They're stuck on blue. This is not that bad a start for us. Could kill the Pixie. I think we're just dropping the Paragon here. Just play Liliana back. Well, we don't have double black yet, but we got nowhere to run down there. They kind of need Momentum Breaker here. Again, they're using their only blue, which means we don't have to worry about this town, which is huge. He wants to know where to run us. We go no blocks here. Grim Bauble showing up. We could take the black land out of the graveyard. And then do what for the turn? Nah, that's not it. It's nowhere to run here. That's it for our entire turn, though. But that's really kind of the best thing we can do. I think that's it. Take the Pixie. Dead. Play the land. We are stuck on black. But this coming turn, we could track her plus do this thing. And are we going to block is the question. I mean, the answer is basically no. But it at least forces them to use their mana weirdly. If we attack now, they can tap out before combat. But here they can't because they want to hold on to nowhere to run. I think it's no blocks again. They really want to eat this thing. Kaito coming in. We now need an answer to the Planeswalker. We dropped to 8. Surveil and draw.
I've got you beat 6 different ways.
So nowhere to run will shut off his hexproof if we can find another answer to him. The next lockdown. We're also going to flip the Bailmerk here, which is really good. I think we want an Entity Tracker. And nowhere to run the 1/1. Not sure we need to do that now. I think we can wait here. Okay, we're at 8. We do flip the Bailmerk. We could even block with the Paragon this turn. They're going to tap down someone. Okay.
Take a break, will ya?
Hopeless Nightmare, sure. Up to 2 toughness on the prowess. I guess we'll keep the bauble. I mean, lockdown is so risky at this point. Down to 6. So you're definitely coming in. And they want to know where to run the Paragon. So we could double block Kaito here. And know where to run him too. And take 3 off of the little otter. We drop really low. But I think we do want to get rid of Kaito. Yeah. Okay, here comes our nowhere to run. Shrink Kaito down to size. Draw a card. Drop to 3. We need a way to gain life desperately. We need to play stuff. Talent. Last card. We're so close to dead. We could like minus Liliana and then minus Liliana again. Oh, the lockdown's so risky, right? They get back the Hopeless Nightmare. We obviously could take it all, though. We need life so badly. I think we are lockdowning here, though. We're stuck on... Ah, man. Yeah, we're pretty stuck on black. I guess we could play the Verge here. If we Liliana minus, we can't even kill her that easily. We could Liliana plus. Play 4, get back. I think it's just lockdown here. If they pick up the Nightmare, it's so bad. If they bounce this one, it's also bad. I think it's this. As risky as it is, I think it is this. Okay. Try to get him dead soon. We'll see if they this town. One of the two lockdowns. If they Atlanta can do both lockdowns. Nowhere to run. Oh, that looks like they're losing soon. Can play Liliana, take the last card too. Fear of isolation. Pick up nowhere to run. Here comes Liliana. Whew, we get the win. Very tough game, down to 3. I mean, technically Sarah Paragon is kind of a counter. But boy, if you could get that life gain faster, it'd feel a lot better. Alright, game 1 in the books. That matchup's so tough. When you're playing Lockdown, every moment you're just like, oh man, if they this town it, they get all the value back. It's tough for sure. Alright. What's going on in the comments today? We're on the play here. Mana's okay. Yeah, I think we keep it. Pixie's always awkward on 1. I don't even know if we play it. We could, but it's a little silly. I think we do nothing. Alright. Mono black-ish. We do get a Pixie out of the deal. Could run that back this coming turn. It's looking like real mono black here. Pixie up. His sticks, they got a little something for us here. Replay the Belmerk. See what other value we can get. Go for the throat burned on the Pixie. I don't hate to see that. Entity tracker looking nice here. We could keep Pixieing, but I think we'll take the tracker here. If we Pixie this coming turn, yeah, I'll take the tracker. Higher impact. I'm trying to read your comments, but we also have to play at the same time. Another fast land. Man, they're probably just going to kill whatever creature we play. Unfortunately, nobody blocks the 2/4 Death Toucher particularly well. I think they're just going to hit us and get the value. I mean, we want to wait for the Paragon, I guess, ideally. I don't even know that we pick up the Belmerk again. We could get another Pixie. That's kind of silly, but it does give us a chump block. Maybe that's okay. What if we do this? We just need to leave open 1 white here. So you can be black and you can be colorless. Hopefully we don't deck ourselves. So if we get back the Pixie, we can actually block this thing for a turn. I don't know if we're picking up the Belmerk this time. I think we got enough stuff down there. I think we'll submit 0. Okay. We'd like to get to a turn we can Paragon and then, like, Archfiend. We're going to need some momentum breakers. Oh, they get the attack trigger, don't they? Well, that was all kind of pointless. I'm not even going to jump block this. It's fine. Get lost is good. Take the Archfiend or the Preacher. I guess the Preacher now just gets him a 1/1, which I'm not as concerned about. So I think we get lost the Archfiend and try to flash in the Entity Tracker this turn. Could chip at him for 2. Yeah, it's okay with me. Let's hold on. Gonna get some map token value out of it. We could also try to chump block the Archfiend until they self-implode, which is kind of silly. It could be a very easy way to win, though. That's ridiculous, right? That's such like a cheeseball thing. We could play back our pixies every single turn and block the Archfiend until they lose the game. That's such like a bad strategy. It's really funny, but it's probably not what we're trying to do here. Alright, they get their 1-1 out of the deal. They draw cards when you're low on life? Do they not get a... Oh, my bad. Okay. What do we want to do here? I think we're going to kill the Archfiend. Sure. My bad. Distracted today. Whoops. I guess I could have done that in response regardless. Down to 13. The next Archfiend. Okay. Another Pixie. We can play the Paragon. We can play a Pixie back. We want to get Momentum Breaker back, but we're not quite there yet. This is our double white turn. Unfortunately, this is all we're doing this turn. Down to 12. We can get the white source and play a Pixie from hand. I mean, we want the Momentum Breakers. I think playing the Pixie from hand is okay. Just as a blocker. I don't think we need to pick up the Bailmerk, although getting numerous... We already have 2 Momentum Breakers down there. I don't think we need to pick up anything. I think we're going to want the Bailmerk eventually. No attacks. We got 3 blockers. Hopefully that's enough to block the Archfiend. Okay. That's one way to do it. Well, alright, we did not play that game particularly well. But I think with Gix's command on the way, there's probably very little that would have ended up winning us the game anyway. I don't know. I didn't play that game very well. I'm sorry. Try again. Jason Stern says, at first I thought you killed the camera yesterday because of the comment about your shirt, which is way funnier than the truth. I definitely concur with folks who are happier with your current format / less editing. I've gotten back in MTG over the last year or two. My heyday was revised in Ice Age. Wild how far the game has come after a 20-year break. Oh, that's great. Keep it up. 20-year break. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. That's got to be so much to come back to. I think. I mean, I don't really know what Magic was like 20 years ago. That's crazy. The game has been going for 20 years, and it's still a good game. If you think about what has happened to Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like wild now. I feel like every game is just turn 1 win. It's like what Timeless is now. Turn 1, Dark Ritual, combo off. Oh, game's over. Okay. This is not a bad Pixie hand. We'll keep this. It's mono red. We got the lockdown. Claw. Alright. We don't have double white yet. So we actually cannot lock down on 3 just yet. It's a 2-drop. That's got to go soon. Down to 18. It's not a white source. Too bad. Burst lightning down. Is it probably just... No, that's a card too. We still have good blocks here though. They attack with everything. Interesting. Could deal with the double striker for good now. Or could save it one more turn. This is a really clean answer to a huge problem. I think we take you out. Well, we can, right? Just trade. Down to 13. We don't hit the white source anyway. Flash and the tracker block the nemesis, I think is where we're going here. Unfortunately, pretty awkward draw. Double ping is going to hurt. Last card. Another mouse. We're dropping real low here. If we top deck the white source, though, the game goes on for sure. 2 blocks. Take 3. Drop to 8. We do hit the white source. We can lock down and just leave the nemesis. Which is what must happen here, I suppose. Then we drop to 5. Then I don't know what. Nowhere to run in hand. Okay. We're so close to escaping here. That's okay. Alright, we might get out of this. Nowhere to run. And then Pixie. No reason to double Pixie here. I think this is just fine. They play a 2-drop, we can pick up Lockdown, put it back down. It's another Nemesis off the top. It's no blocks here. We need to gain life somehow. It's a pretty good top deck. That's actually quite good. That can turn the game around for us. We need to gain enough speed to sack it, but it could be a way out of this. I think we leave it down there. We can always eat it for 1 life. Or 2 life, actually. I think we need to tick that sucker up. We can't tap out here because they could have Lightning Strike, which is awkward. It's just a mouse. Okay. Can flash in the tracker. We might get out of this. Take your time. Take your time. Okay. YYYKK says, one day we'll be free of mice decks. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a while. This Momentum Breaker is gonna be huge. Getting the life back takes us so far out of lethal range. I think we'll just pick up the nowhere to run here. And hold that plus Momentum Breaker. Looks like we actually get out of this game. The next mouse, sure. That's game, basically. And we can gain 4 life at will. Okay. Nice comeback. I thought the tracker was a 3-3 at first. That's why I flashed it and thinking we could block the Nemesis, but it's only 2-3. One day we'll be free of mice decks and able to play janky decks again. Until then, we must put 4 temporary lockdowns on all decks to keep them in check. Always love your content and keep up the good videos. Looking forward to your input and see the difference. Always looking forward to your input and seeing the difference in deck building. Here's the deck list you asked for. All right, I got to do it. Put this in behind the slash at Moxfield. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I've never been to Moxfield before. Moxfield. Okay, moxfield.com / page not found. Hold on. Yeah, we have Belmerk. Seems reasonable to keep. Hold on. Moxfield / Dex. Maybe just Moxfield / 404. Page is lost. Don't tell me I didn't try. I can follow instructions. Put that in behind the slash at Moxfield. I feel like I did that. I'm gonna go the extra mile. I don't have an account though. Boros. We actually don't have white here to start. I thought the Verge was a Orzhov Fastland. Comes in only on black. Not Boros. Siren. Could be like... Could be Jeskai Oculus, honestly. Basics, I don't know. If we ever hit the next white, I mean, it's unlikely we hit it here. Bailmerk or Momentum Break? What is Bailmerk even gonna get us? It could get us like a draw engine. Maybe that's worth it. We don't have any white here. I think, yeah, this is the kind of the card I was hoping we'd get anyway. So far, no pressure yet. I mean, not significant pressure. I might be giving up on your Moxfield deck. You can just put the full link next time. I know you said don't click on links from strangers from the internet, but I'm going to go ahead and trust that your specific username. Ooh, that's tough. How do we deal with that? We still do not have double white. We still don't have any white. I mean, we can flash on the tracker they know about and try to eat the Inspector. We may just have lost this game. Attack all still. So I'm guessing they're either going to pick off the tracker before we move the blocks. Like a get lost or something? I'm not really sure. I will attempt this block. We're down to 6 now against the Poetic Glyph. Shelter by Ghost, take our creature, sure. We need to top deck a Plains here. A basic Plains to get the lockdown available. Not it. I mean, I guess we are chump blocking the 6/4 here, sadly. That's all we can do. Not a particularly good showing for us. Okay. I mean, that does play around lockdown. Give it lifelink, I guess. They give it flying and we just lose on the spot. We cannot stop that. They did not give it flying. They give it lifelink. Flying would have domed us. And we still don't have double whites, so we still cannot lock down here. Down to 5. I don't really think we get out of this. There's the second white source. Well, it brings us to our knees, but it does work. Drop to 4. They get the Zoetic Glyph trigger, unless they have a counter here. Spell Pierce, auto pay, and if they get any creature off the glyph, Bunnycorn should do it. They just give it flying. Yeah, that's game. It was really slow by us. We did not have double white on time. And let's see if they can figure out flying. They couldn't figure out flying last turn. So Poetic Glyph again? 5/4 in the air? Sure. Okay. Kind of a non-game for us. Yeah, the Pixie is interesting. It really is not a one-drop. Like, you really are running basically 0 1-drops in this deck. Which is interesting in best of 1. Balink Imbrel says, in a recent video, you said you changed decks a lot and used Mono Red as an example as a deck that is not interesting to watch over and over again. However, I think this deck, referring to the Esper Mindsplice deck, is interesting enough to watch over and over again. I hope you play it again soon. Thank you. I had a lot of fun with it too. Would that deck be interesting enough to play over and over again? Definitely thought it was cool. I mean, I think toolbox decks are fun as long as you're up against different opponents. Like if like in theory, brawl decks are singleton, right? Like you have a unique card. All 100 cards are unique, which you would expect would make the gameplay different. But if you design the deck such that every game is like ramp into your fetch, go fetch your win con and win on the spot, then despite having 100 cards, it actually does do the same thing every time. I guess we'll keep this. It's kind of weird. Selena. Perhaps the mirror here. Who's playing Fabled Passage? Nope, it's green. All right, Lockdown showing up. Haywire Might. If they kill our Belmark, we don't really care, I guess. So that's fine. We'll take whatever value we can get out of it. Which is 0 value. Okay. They do kill it immediately, though. I think. And then, like, nah, not worth it. No, they take the time to kill it. What do we think they're doing here? Selesnya what? Selesnya Fabled Passage? They could be Gear Hulk. Yeah, they're probably Gear Hulk. Okay. So Lockdown is not bad then. They obviously have a lot of 1-drops to play. So if we just Jace here, I think it's pretty good. Even just baby Jace and start ticking up. I don't know how we're going to deal with the Gear Hulk itself yet. But if all they do is play a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drops next turn, we have a really clean follow-up. If they Gear Hulk right here, our life gets a bit more difficult, I think. They do Gear Hulk right here. We also don't have to double white again. Mana base is tricky with this deck. Valgavoth Slayer, they fetch the land and the Hydra. We still don't have double white. We might have to draw here. If we plus onto the Gear Hulk a spell or ability, they make the Paw Patch Recruit bigger. They're also going to play this Hasty Creature, and I think Jace's about to die regardless. We could always Pixie the Jace back up.
I know where to find all the answers.
Okay. I mean, this is not a terrible sequence if we could just find a way to get ahead here. I mean, I guess we are playing this. They sack the Recruit, I suppose. Pixie and pick back up the Jace. How good is that? We really want to pick up the Momentum Breaker. It gives away the bit. I mean, they just play... They play the Hydra, sack the Hydra, get a bunch of treasures. Like, that's not very good either. If we knew we could lock down, it'd be better. Pick up the Jace to draw here. Or pick up the Momentum Breaker. It's kind of an uphill battle either way. They just go so wide versus Momentum Breaker. They should have a bunch of 1-drops in hand. I'm just not sure picking up the Momentum Breaker to play it back down is going to be that effective against them. They do play the Hydra out for 3. It's quite the hasty creature. Down to 10. Entity Tracker. I mean, it's probably Jace here and draw. I guess. We're very close to dead. But we gotta draw. Gotta do something.
I've already read your thoughts. We can improve upon your ideas.
Okay. It's a card. It kills the Gear Hulk. And if we had white, we could lock down as well. The next Gear Hulk. Ghost Vacuum. Sack the Hydra. Make 3 treasure. Oh, they actually did not. I thought for sure they'd Reliquary here. You're dead no matter what. That's okay. The good news is if they do Reliquary, another Jace. I mean, we just need the freaking white land. So desperately. I think we're drawing again. I mean, if it's distracting them, we'll take it.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Okay, we could get lost someone here. This thing probably has reach too. No, it doesn't. We hold to get lost. There's a chance we save Jace and get one more draw for what it's worth. We want to kill a Gear Hulk here. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Sure. Who are we taking? Take the Pixie. Okay. Sure. Let's see who goes after Jace. I can't believe we still haven't hit the second white source. Everyone's going face. Okay. Ow. So we have to hit the white source and then also either a blocker or a removal spell here. Spinner of Souls. Nope, that's not it. It's the white source. Okay. So we lock down here, get back the Pixie, pick up the Momentum Breaker, play it back down. The game goes on, actually. Holy freaking moly. Is it when it leaves the battlefield? When it dies. This is really good for us. The game actually goes on here. If we play the Entity Tracker first, we can't Momentum Breaker. Actually, we can't pick up the Momentum Breaker anyway. So what does that mean? Are we playing the Entity Tracker first here? We could replay Jace and plus onto the Gear Hulk, I guess. We'll get back the Pixie. Do we want to pick up the Jace? I guess so. We could also Entity Tracker. No, we don't have enough mana for that. Alright, I think we're picking up Jace and putting Jace back down, I guess. Put into a graveyard this turn. That's not what I was planning to do anyway. Get the Pixie back. Pick up the Jace. Put the Jace back down. Plus onto the Gear Hulk. The game goes on here. That was a huge lockdown. Are they out of mites, you think? We saw 2 mites. How many mites do you really run? We're about to find out. Let's see if the 3rd mite comes down. Luckily, we'll have time to lock it down again if we want. They do have the next mite. Dude, main deck's 4 mites. Plus the Dusk Rose could just get the lockdown here. Or the Jace? They take the Pixie. Interesting. So when they get back, I mean, we have to save the lockdown for the next... How do we want to do this? I mean, we can continue to do kind of our same thing here. We actually get a triple draw.
No secret escapes
Holy moly.
my grasp.
The next Pixie is pretty good because we can lock down again. Whichever lockdown they don't pick. It's actually quite good here. In terms of mana, 6. Yeah, we could use all 8. Sorry, taking a long time here. We could run back the same J strategy, right? Or we just eat the thing as first strike. We could eat the thing too. Maybe we plan to eat the thing this turn. Flash in the tracker plus the nowhere to run. Alright, sorry about that. Playing a little bit slow today. Spinner of Soul. Another time dies. Creature card. Okay. Sure. Yeah, there's the mites. Glad to see it coming down now. Face. I can't believe we're down to 1. When did that happen? This can be blue. This can be whatever we want. I don't know. Probably just black in general. Do we need more whites? I think we're okay on white. Lockdown gets back what? The Duskro's Reliquary. Okay. Paw Patch. Sure. Wow. Sure. We have the next nowhere to run coming anyway, so don't have to do this just yet. Beza, eh? Okay, here's my other blocker. Whew. The next Pixie. Paw Patch. So sweep gives us like so much freaking value here. Do we need to draw that many cards? I'm not even sure. I think lockdown is really clean unless you want to wait for even more stuff. I think we're almost looking to like mill them out at this point. I don't know that we need to draw this aggressively, but... So we're looking for an answer to Beza. Sarah Paragon's really good here too. Like, I think that's kind of the way out, actually. I think we can run them down with Sarah Paragon here. Like, Momentum Breaker's fine. We can just know where to run this guy now. But I think we kind of got him here. They're fishing with Ghost Vacuum. That's interesting. Actually, yeah, we have to answer Ghost Vacuum here. I think we'll take the Pixie and pick up the Jace and kind of plans just like mill them out here. Maybe we'll use the rest of our Pixies and just run back Jace a bunch. I take the Gear Hulk out of there. Sure. Well, it's kind of a waste if we're going to lock down this turn to shut off the Ghost Vacuum value. They shouldn't really have haste, right? Unless they have another... They're not going to have another one of those in the deck. I think we're good to just sweep here. We got 26 cards left. I think we're picking up the Jace. And I don't think we need to attack, because I don't think that's how we're winning the game at this point. Fast land, fast land, fast land. 1 to 26. Beza, sure. We do get some creatures. We could lock down again. Good game. They scoop here. They see the Jace right in the wall. Whew. 50 minutes. All right, I think we're gonna call it there. I was not playing particularly well today. I'm just tired. That's all. That's all there is to it. Just is what it is. We'll come back tomorrow, hopefully better rested. Thoughts on the deck? It's interesting for sure. Obviously, lockdown is really painful against pixies. Let's just reflect on like some of the changes I made and think if we took out Hopeless Sniper and put in the Grim Bauble, there's some cases that would have been better in best of one. But I don't know, I like the flexibility. Like late game when you have 3 pixies in hand, you're just like, all right, I can pick stuff up and put it down all day long. I think it's nice to have some versatility in what you can play. We obviously had no wide sweepers. Counting on lockdown early momentum breaker late. We got clowned by that 1 mana black deck. I was really playing that one bad too. Overall, we just weren't playing that well today. Pretty happy taking out Scroll Shift. I mean, a lot of these cards are good. A lot of the cards I took out were good. It's just kind of the direction I want to take the deck. I don't regret too much though. It's interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I'm tired. That's it. I didn't play that well today. I was tired. We'll try to do better tomorrow. Like and subscribe and have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.